Hey guys, so I know I've been MIA for a while, but I've came back with something great for you guys. I'm going to be recreating an Amrezy look she just posted recently. She had this wonderful glow. I totally loved everything about that look. I just had to recreate. Starting off with MAC's Painterly Pot as a base for my eyelid primer. And I'm going to be using the Watsup Beneifit Cream Highlighter. And you really just want to work the highlighter into the skin. Kind of like you're born with it, honey. Yes. I also love the MAC Studio Moisturization Cream. That enhances your highlight areas as well. Since I'm kind of on the oily side, I don't put it all over my face. I just do it on the points where I'm going to highlight. Now from my Z palette, I'm going to be taking Orange Soda by the ABHSIngleshadows, of course. And I'm going to be taking this Sephora Gold that I fell in love with when I swatched it. I will have all the details and the names below. Don't forget to check them out at the end. So the secret to a high pigmented eye is to spray some MAC Fix Plus on your brush before you pick up the pigment with the brush. And this is actually going to help bring the pigment out and intensify it. I'm also going to be using the Morphe35o palette, and I really love the browns in here. It's a very neutral palette. I love it to death. Like, it is such a good quality for the price it's at. And now we're just going to go ahead and dab the brown gently to the outer creases, and then we're going to start to blend out the color. Yes, blend, blend, honey, blend. Onto the contour, I use the ABH Medium Contour Cream Kit. I really love using the Real Techniques stippling brush. It blends so easily and flawlessly. You'll see what I mean if you're watching. I just love it. And now, time for the baking. I'm using the Laura Mercier powder. I do the contour sharpness underneath just to define that contour when I am finished with my look. Onto my concealer, I use the Nars and Custard. I love, love, love this concealer. It is full coverage concealer. It's like the only one I use for the highlighted areas in my face and under my eye, for that perfect under eye highlight. And then I'm just going to dab some of the concealer on the highlighted places of my face when I'm done. So I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend out my under eye. The NARS and the beauty blender are like the perfect duo. Now I'm actually going to take my G6 from Morphe. This actually has my foundation color on it, so I'm kind of spreading out my foundation to even out the warmth and the highlighted areas. So I'm going to do one of the pigments from the Morphe35o palette. I went ahead and picked it up with my fingertip because you get a lot more product with that. And I'm going to do it on the inner of my tear ducts. Now I'm using the regular contour kit from ABH. I made my own palette online. I'm not too sure which are the colors, but I will list them down below. I like to mix like about 3 of them or 4 of them, I think it is. But they are just so perfect. The color, the gray, it's like a grayish brown tone. I love them all. Again, just to even out that warmth in the contour that you just did. And guys, this brush is to die for when you are contouring. Like, it is the perfect, flawless, seamless brush ever to get that flawless contour all over your face. I'm actually going to be using these Lab 2 Beauty eyelash mascara stencil things. They work wonders, you guys. Like, look at my bottom lashes. They are so amazing. They're like so perfect. I do recommend these if you do freelance, just because for sanitary reasons, and you can throw them away whenever you're done, and they do the job as great as a regular mascara stick. Better, actually, because I use definealash and Rollerlash, and I dip the curl in the Rollerlash, and I dip the lengthen in the definealash. They have the names in the back of like which stencil is which. That's why I'm naming it the way I am. And guys, if you guys get, as you can see, I got some mascara on my upper eyelids. I use the Morphe E32, I believe that was the brush, and I dip it in the Laura Mercier, and I swear to God, the Laura Mercier powder acts like an eraser. So you can't even like see the black dots from the mascara. It works sometimes with eyeliner, depends how dark you got it, but yeah, definitely like go over it. As you can see, like it's practically gone. Now time to do the brows. I am using the ABH Dipbrow in chocolate. It has been my go-to. And yeah. And to blend out the Dipbrow, I'm actually going to be using the spoolie brush from Morphe. It just blends out so perfect. I like wiping the product on the top of the container because it evens out the brush, and see how like flat and straight my brush is. In order to apply it to my brow directly, it has to be like that perfect, because if it's not and it gets clumpy, you can mess up. Now I'm going to be taking this flat brush that I got from Morphe. I'm going to be using it as a concealer brow brush. You guys, it's like heaven sent. I barely started doing concealer to my eyebrows like about the beginning of this year, and it has just worked so well for me. It defines your brow more and just gives it that sharp, edgy look that you just want in all your pictures. So I definitely do recommend to use a brush like this, or you can also use a concealer brush, but I just love this brush because it just works so good with me. And then also I'm taking back the G6 just to blend out the top of the concealer. And then I'm going to be blending out the bottom of the eyebrow as well. And this eyebrow, I have to put in a lot of work because I have a scar on top of it, as you can see. But that's okay because the ABH just helps out so much. And then I'm going to be putting that shimmer underneath the brow once I'm done with the concealer and blending that out as well, because she did have some shimmer underneath her eyebrow, which made it like really pop and glowy. I loved it. I'll list which eyeshadow I'm using at the bottom. I'm using the same E32 brush to blend out the bottom of the eyebrow with the shimmer, just so it can sit right and transition into the eyeshadow. I'm using Flutter Lashes and Ashley, and I'm actually trying this new eyelash grip. So I kind of sucked at it, but after a while I got it. Like, you just have to like push and like really get it in by your natural line on top. And it's kind of complicated, but you have to like kind of move your arm around in order for you to like actually get it right. Like, I think tweezers are so much easier, but this definitely does give it a grip. Now moving on to the lip, I'm using Milani's Amoremattalics lip cream in Chromatic Addict. I absolutely fell in love with this color. It looked exactly like the one she was wearing. And now moving on to the highlighter, I'm using the ABH highlighter in So Hollywood. I love this highlighter. It's my go-to. And now I'm just going to bronze up my face just a little bit and make the hollows of my cheek just a little bit more hollower. And you just want to blend it all over your face and where you contoured and make that warmth even out. And there's my finished look of the Amrezy recreation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And look at me, like, I'm just glowing. I just love this look. It's so perfect for summer. Like, all you want to do is just glow. Like, that's all you want to do. That's all girls want to do, is have fun and glow. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, give it a thumbs up at the bottom, and go ahead and let me know what you guys would like to see next.